Ezras Hashem, Yom Hasheni, Monday evening, Chamisha Asar B'Av, 15th of Av, which is a very favorable day. Habo Aleinu Kol Yisrael. B'Yerushalayim, Ira Kodesh. Okay, this wedding is scheduled to take place in Yerushalayim. Ve'im Chas V'Shalom Tis'akev HaGeula, and if the ultimate redemption doesn't take place, then it'll be in Florida. Yeah, that's what it said. And I had to take serious pause for this, because there were two questions here. One, how did this happen that we could make a wedding in Yerushalayim? For 2,000 years it was a dream, a wish. And I would think that the Jewish people were very, very close to giving up hope that this would ever happen. So how did this happen that we can, if we want, make a wedding in Yerushalayim? So that's the first question I need to answer. And the second question is, why don't we? So here's the deal. How did it happen? Jews live above nature. We're not ruled by the laws of nature. See, if you ever been to San Antonio,
Yeah.
the Alamo, okay, everything in that town is called the Alamo. What happened at the Alamo? You had 200 Americans, and they fought 3,000 Mexicans, and every last American was slaughtered. They all died. That is within the law of nature. When 200 fight against 3,000, they get slaughtered. Except when the 200 are Maccabees, or Jews fighting 3,000 Arabs for the holy city. Then the 200 win. So, I'm thinking about this, like, why? Are we such great warriors? No, the answer is no. No. So, we just read yesterday about the Meraglim. They said, okay, we saw the land, it's a great land, but there are giants there, and it's fortified, and we can't do it. It says, Lo nuchal la'alos, we cannot do this. And they were right. They can't do this. But God can. That's what they missed. So, when the Americans fought the Mexicans, the laws of nature, so they lost. But when Jews fight for their land, now the laws of nature don't apply. That's why we won. The first Rashi, the very famous Rashi, he says, why is the Torah start with Bereshis? It should start with Achodesh Hazel Lachem. It says because, and this was 1,000 years ago, Rashi says, the nations of the world are going to come to you and say, Listem atem, you're thieves, you stole this land. And your answer is, God made the world, He gave it to me, that's it. It's mine. So, we're very lucky to be living in a time when God decided, this is our time, I want you to have your land back. And Chas v'Shalom, you should ever think that we have a homeland because the United States approves of it. Don't ever think that. That is not the case. If anything, the U.S. was very much against it in 1948. We have a homeland because God said, I want you to have this now. So that's how that happened. So that's question one. Now, two. So why are we making a wedding in Florida?
Rockies in.
Okay. So the answer is like this. Jewish people, with a bride, the kala, the wife, and Hashem is the husband. And what does a good husband do if his wife's not ready? Hon, it's late. He waits. So I propose that we're not waiting for Mashiach anymore. I believe that he's here. That's why we have a state. We could be proud. We go to public events with yarmulkes. We're yarmulkes everywhere because there's a Medina backing us up. So we're not waiting. Now what's happening? The Mashiach is waiting for us. Okay, I'm waiting for you. And like a good husband, he's going to wait a little bit. We're not ready. We're going to go. We're going to go when we're ready. So, I want to offer a bracha to Yossi and Rocky. I really don't know much about giving brachas. But I know that on my mother's side, Allah Shalom, and I know she's here, I come from Kohanim. So I'm going to borrow from the Kohanim, because they're very good at giving brachas. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Yo'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Amen.
May God bless you, that your possessions should be blessed and guard you against robbers. May God cause his face to shine to you and favor you. May God raise his face towards you, suppressing his anger, and grant you peace. You should be zoche to build the bayis neman b'Yisrael. And we should see in your merit, you guys, in your merit, we should see the end of the Geula. The beginning is already here. We should see the end of the Geula. B'mehera b'yameinu. Amen.
Amen. Daddy, stay with Yossi.